All of this thing boils down to economics. Because the police, for instance, which you talked about there, those who say we haven't checked it out, they suggest that what if that the authorities are actually, the hierarchy is actually being paid to supply some of these people to go there, hypothetically. And then the militant talks about, they all want economic assurance. And so it just boils down to that one thing.
But you see, we have been running the economy for over 40 years. You see, when you are appointed a regulator, you become a big man. Look at NNPC talking about the regulation. Why have they not allowed the petroleum industry bill to pass through the National Assembly? What do they have to gain by holding themselves as regulators? And the people that will determine if you are going to get license, and the cost of license will be so, there's so much money passing under the table than what you pay to government.
Mr. Umoren, you made references to a host of things, which our first guest said, it's the system. That's how it's been. But even then, even in correcting the system, don't you think that sometimes we over-criticize? For instance, you mentioned the policeman who was standing behind the Minister of Agriculture. Would you say, for instance, that the president shouldn't have any security around him? The president?
Yes. You see, let's get it right.
Would we
if you kidnap a president,
yes,
you are holding the country to ransom. But if you kidnap a governor, you are not holding the country to ransom.
You're holding a state to ransom.
Yes, you see, please, let us get it right. The president is the commander-in-chief. The president is the commander-in-chief. He's a different person. The state governor cannot give directive to the commissioner of police. By our constitution.
It's only maybe it's only the commissioner of police. What about his other commissioners whom he can give directives to?
To do what? To protect him? They cannot protect him.
The commissioners cannot protect him.
No, by law, it is the police and the military that can protect you. If Chamberlain wants to beat you up and I fight Chamberlain, they can arrest you for free. But a policeman that will arrest him has authority. Do you understand? The policeman has authority. That is why in Bayelsa, when the governor wanted to raise his head, the president directed the military to go there and take over the place. What could he do? He didn't have a police force. He didn't have anything. So it is the president alone.
The reference you have made was to the Minister of Agriculture.
Yes, I said that there was no reason. And he was saying the people he was addressing were governors, I don't know which of them would attack him. So what is the essence? The man standing behind you is symbolic of your authority. The minister does not need any authority.
We've seen in places whereby people come and attack. You just have a riffraff walk in and throw something.
No,
those things happen, don't they?
You defend the perimeter. The people you are addressing are people you invited. And then if you defend the perimeter, you see, if it's so, the president of America is the most powerful president in the world. You wouldn't be able to walk anywhere.
Okay.
Actually, we see your point, because actually some of us have been privileged to be in the same room with some congressmen, and we didn't get to see anybody even walk them out of the hall. They just walked and crossed.
But there's security around them.
But definitely there's unrecognized ones. Yes. But again, this whole thing, because maybe we should just bring the slide again for us to see one more time before we round this up, so that we can see the breakdown. It's not left for the government and the government agents of government to come tell us how they arrived at all of this, or to say what we have in the public space are all bogus lies, because all the amount you get to see there, because people have been commenting on our Twitter page, and they are in millions, and when you try to link them up in terms of realities on the ground, how does this all amount to cutting down costs? How can we as a people bring those in authorities in check, so that we don't get to see this? Otherwise, if we're good to go with Dr. Weze, meaning when we're drafting the budget for 2013, we'll see an increase in food for those in government.
My brother, you see, there's something we can do. One, we can start trying to recall. You see, the Arab Spring is that they go to their square and protest. We can start recalling, if we want to. We can start recalling. Then more importantly, please, the problem, there was one time on Sky News where the Prime Minister of Britain was sitting and waiting during the fog, when the smoke was coming out from Norway. The he was sitting with his wife. The wife's father is the owner of, I think, Aston Villa, one of the Premiership football clubs. And he went to one of the best schools in the UK. Is blue blood, almost. Now, both of them, because of the economy of Britain was going down, they were going for holiday. They had to fly economy. They were waiting in the lounge. That is England. There is no plane for the Prime Minister of England. No private jet. When his father was dying, it was the President of France that borrowed him his private jet to fly him across the channel. Now they're even saying that the Queen of England does not need a private jet anymore because the economy is going down. How can we say our economy is going down and we are bloating the cost of governance? How can we say that? How does the president want people to relate with him as the president of Nigeria when we cannot feed? Well, every day members of your family come to ask you for money when you cannot feed. You see people dying of hunger by people picking from the trash, and then the president is spending £1 billion on food.
What kind of steps?
Is that fair?
What kind of steps should we be taking now?
We should start recalling people. We should start recalling them. If we try to recall, we get 1 million votes to try to recall, and somebody sees that he will lose that job, he will sit up. It's not fair.
But aren't we jumping the gun here? Because this thing is still at the National Assembly. They haven't taken a look at it, a critical look at it yet. You have no faith that it might be able to cut this down?
My sister, please. All the state houses in this country, all the members of apart from, that's where you see a bit of still, a little bit. But at the end of the day, because they have also padded their own part of the budget. So it's quid pro quo. You tap my back, I tap your back. That's it. It's unfortunate. And you see, the cost of election also leads to this. The way, if you look at our ministers, look at our members of National Assembly, look at the way they dress. They dress like people that are from somewhere else. The wife of the president dresses like a queen. Look at the way she was in Australia.
She look ragged.
Excuse me, it's not ragged. You see, you reflect the country you are from. The clothes we make, you should be wearing. Jerry Rollins brought kente to the world by wearing it. Now Ghanaians are making a lot of money.
But that's what Nigerians. I think that's what they do. We see them; they wear our attire. Most of them
the clothes, the material they use in making those attire are imported. Why don't you use clothes you make in Nigeria?
Okay, that's the argument now.
Yes, you see, because we must. The president, like Sheku Adeni wrote the other time, the president's business is not awarding contracts. You should inspire us to do things. To inspire us to want to jump from an aircraft or do something that will make like the people see Nigerians as capable people.